Homie Show. Hello.
Basically like a flying couch.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Joe Homie Show video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys Mark 3 of my scrap vehicle, which Mark 1 and Mark 2 are way up there, but today we're taking a look at Mark 3, which sorry I got so close to that. I'm on a rolly chair, but anyway, this is Mark 3, which the last time you guys would have actually seen this in any sort of detail, or most of you guys, would have been my very last live stream before YouTube released the new update of no mobile live streaming if you have any subscriber count below 1,000. So that's the last time that you guys would have seen this, and when I was designing it originally, it was very, very lengthy. Like, the cab stayed almost original, but the actual cab, or not the cab, but the sort of flatbed section came all the way out to almost here. And towards the end of the live stream, it just sort of snapped in half, and I got bored, so I just kind of stacked them on top of each other, and I was going to set them down in my scrap base, which I already did a video on, and I already posted it. But when I put the two together, I was kind of like, whoa, that looks pretty good, because you just had the base and the top of the cab sitting there, and it looked pretty good to me. So I just kind of smushed them together, and I actually got it all done that same day. So the cab has a identical setup to the Mark II, but it's a little bit different in build, like the different pieces, so you have a couple more things on the side. And then over here you have the door again. Here's the inside, which you have your rotating seat, some bars, and then up there is all your controls. And since this is a wheeled model instead of a treaded model, it has the steering wheel again, and you can't forget about your coffee mug, which sadly Lego stopped doing that in the city sets. But on top you have a whole bunch of lights. This is supposed to be like a steam sort of smokestack sort of thing for stuff that goes on in there. But we have a whole bunch of vents lighting up there, and then this light is supposed to hit monsters' eyes and all that. That's why the blue reflector's in there, so that it can like blind monsters, which I still have to do a video explaining how all this stuff works and why I made it up like that. But after I kind of smushed the two together, I worked on this part up here. This is sort of my ram kill everything section. So up here at the front you have a little scooper for like what would usually go on an excavator, and then on the side you have two little hinges with some wheel pieces, and then a whole bunch of vents set up, which if I flip this over you can kind of see how that's getting set up. So the scooper or the shovel and also these two setups of vents are on their own little bracket, so you can see one there, and then there's one there and one there. And then you also just have some little lights. This little dookie sort of thing here, this little radio dish, I guess you could call it, is from the original model. Most of this section up here is the same thing. Now this engine might look familiar to some of you, because this is the engine that used to be in my custom scrap plane, which I needed an engine for this, and conveniently the one out of the plane fitted like perfectly in here. So that's where the motor from the plane, or not the motor, but the engine lies now. So there it is, right in there, and then you have some steering wheels off to the side, and then also some exhausts, which were on the original too, and they fit really, really well, just kind of popping through here. So they just kind of peek out the back, and then on the back you kind of also have a ramming side, and then identical to Mark II, you have your line of windows right here. So you could kind of spin your chair around, and you could drive like this, and just kind of smash everything in your path. You got some more little blades here hiding underneath, and then back there you got another vent. These antennas are supposed to be for like reaching the satellite dish at the base, which if you haven't seen this base video, make sure you go watch that so that you understand all that stuff. But back here, as I say, just it's completely flat. And then right behind the engine we have one of these pre-molded or like these really large pieces with the, it kind of looks like a jail piece, but it's working out really well where it is, because it has the holes all over it with just the two balls running in it, so you get to stick the vents, not the vents, but the exhausts through there. So that turned out really nicely. And then under here you just have 3 sets of wheels. You have 2 light gray over here and 1 white to show that like they got it flat and they just had to get something off hand. And then over here it's all light gray. And my base is sort of low on tire quantity now because I actually had to use some of them for this. But other than that, that's basically everything that there is to talk about, other than sort of the little itty-bitty details that I didn't show. That's just kind of all over the place. Like under there, some pretty weird stuff is going on under there, like a whole bunch of vents and stuff. You got your lights, just, yeah, pretty much weird stuff. I don't remember why I put steering wheels here. There's 2 on either side. But, right, so there is Mark 3 of my scrap vehicle. If you guys like the video, or if you just like the model, or if you like the scrap line, make sure that you subscribe, watch this video, like this video, and turn on that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future uploads, like more custom scrap builds.